Hello, everyone. This is meteorologist Bill Steffen. No music today, kind of like the same thing that happened to Carrie Underwood at the inauguration. Well, in any case, not everything is frozen up around there. I hope you've been staying warm. High temperatures here during the day on Monday, 10 above in Grand Rapids, 9 at Muskegon and Battle Creek, 8 was the high temperature in Kalamazoo. We had a high temperature of just 6 at Big Rapids. Cadillac had a high of 4. And the low temperature Monday morning was 16 below zero at Cadillac, and that was a colder low temperature than any reporting station in Alaska. Can you believe that? Alaska's been on the warm side. We're in the Arctic cold here. Yellow Dog, a little spot up in the UP, reached 29 below zero, believe it or not. Pretty amazing. Well, there's the music. Hey, welcome. Well, better late than never, I guess. Hey, we got the winter weather advisory continuing here for snow, drifting snow, and slick roads. Another 3 to 6 inches of snow in some of those favorable lake areas, lakeshore areas, and 1 to 3 inches farther inland. There'll also be a little bit of drifting out there. Roads get slick when we have this fine snow with the small flakes. We've had quite a few accidents and slide-offs across the area, so do drive carefully out there. Slow down a bit and leave a good interval between you and the vehicle in front of you. Temperatures in the single figures today. In fact, today might be colder than yesterday. We can expect temperatures here around 0 to 5 above during the afternoon. Temperatures in the afternoon were around 20 below zero in northern Minnesota, and that air is sliding over Michigan here during the day today. Wind chills generally -10 to -20. There's your setup. Once again, we've got lake effect clouds and snow showers across lower Michigan. Across the lake, it is clear. Sun is shining at Milwaukee and Chicago. So lake makes a big difference there. The lake does warm the air up about 5 to 7 degrees, but I don't know if it's worth it. I might enjoy seeing some sunshine. Hey, ice is forming on the lakes. Look at how much the ice has increased. This is the Muskegon Channel. You certainly couldn't walk across that, but it's certainly thickening up out there. You really got to be careful with some of these channels here because there's water flowing underneath, and of course that takes a little bit longer to ice up. You want to stay off those channel areas there. Here's your 72-hour snowfall. Look down south, that yellow color. Look at the legend off to the right. 6 inches of snow across southern Louisiana. That's what's forecast. That'll be during the day today and tonight. It's going to be snowing in Houston, in Galveston, Port Arthur, Beaumont, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Gulf Shores, Gulfport, and it's going to snow in Pensacola, Florida. Some of these places haven't seen a snowfall like that in 100 years. So this is really going to be a monumental event. The snow slides across central and southern Georgia out to the Outer Banks of North Carolina. And you can see the snow that's falling downwind from Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, of course, with that yellow color indicating could be as much as 6 inches of snow in some of those favorable spots. And the heavy snow continues to the east of Lakes Erie and Ontario. Here's the advisories off to the north of Grand Rapids. The advisory for Grand Rapids, by the way, continues here through the night, and that includes the lakeshore counties and the counties that are inland from that, plus Calhoun and Eaton and Cass County as well. Off to the north, you can see the lake winter weather advisories along the lakeshore up through Leelanau County and also to the east of Traverse Bay. Look at the high temperature today, 4 degrees. Low temperature in the morning, -2. Winds west at 10 to 20. Keep the wind chill down around 10 to 15 below most of the day. Many schools are closed. You can check the school closing list over at woodtv.com. And there will probably likely be a few schools closed on Wednesday morning as well. Well, here's a look at temperatures over the next 5 days. This is for today, 4 for Grand Rapids. You can see the temperatures down along the Gulf of Mexico only in the low to mid 30s, 30s all the way down to the southern tip of Texas. That is really an amazing Arctic cold mass. We're back up to 19 here during the day on Wednesday, but it will be cold during the morning with temperatures probably around zero. It does start to warm up off to the west of us, but we don't get really super warm here. This is the outlook for Thursday. We're still just in the mid 20s here. That's still about 5 degrees colder than average for this time of year. Cold air continues down south, but it does warm up a little bit, but be the coldest day in Florida with high temperature there of around 57 at Orlando. So jacket weather, nobody in the pools, it doesn't look like. Temperatures do warm up to 30 here during the day on Saturday. That should read Saturday here. And off to the west of us, a little bit above freezing. Finally, after I think it's been right around Christmas time, the last time we had a forecast for above average temperatures here, we barely get into the orange color. But right at the end of January, beginning of February, temperatures are going to rebound back up into the low to mid 30s at least. I think the first 2 weeks of February will wind up slightly warmer than average. It won't be spring yet, but I don't think we'll see Arctic air during that period, though it's not impossible that in the latter part of February or very early March, we could see a trend toward colder than average temperatures once again. East Coast snowstorm. Here's a look at some of the snowfall totals from that. By the way, Washington, D.C. had about an inch and a half. So not a major storm for them, but there was a little bit of snow around on the grassy areas especially. Other snowfall totals, we had 12 inches at Terra Alta, West Virginia. Wild Acres, Virginia was 6 inches. Sabillasville, 8.1 inches. That's in Maryland, I believe. Boston, New York, 10 inches. That's the town of Boston, New York. They didn't get anywhere near that much in New York proper, but Boston picked up a good several inches of snow. Grantsville, 10.8 inches. I believe that's Maryland, and Eastport, Maine with 9.7 inches. That's a pretty good amount of snow. And then here's the snowfall forecast. 4 to 6 inches for Houston. That's what they're going to get out of this. If they get 4 inches, that would be the second biggest snowstorm here, second only to one that hit in 1895, that long ago. And you can see that yellow indicates 6 inches of snow expected across parts of southern Louisiana. It's going to snow all the way down to the mouth of the Mississippi River, probably 4 to 5 inches in New Orleans, Gulfport. There could be several inches of snow in the Tallahassee area, and even a little bit of light snow down to Jacksonville. Here's our forecast. 3 or 4 above tomorrow or later today is about all we're going to be able to do. We're back to 19 on Wednesday. That's still more than 10 degrees colder than average. We get snow Tuesday, Wednesday. It may taper off Wednesday afternoon for a little bit, but then it comes back here Thursday. Not a big storm, but we keep getting nickel and dimed here. And I put probably a little bit too much sun in there. There'll be more clouds than sun, but at least a few peaks of the sun here for Friday and Saturday. By the weekend, temperatures are up around 30. Should be a good weekend here for winter sports. One final note, this is from Ladina, and look at this, the ice out there at Grand Haven. I don't want to be walking out there on the pier, but it continues to form in this cold air. Well, thank you so much for checking us out here. You can check out our YouTube channel at Bill Steffen 616. And of course, you can check us out anytime right here at BillSteffen.com. Have yourself a good day and a good week ahead.